Hey all, Goda Govinda. This is Madhav from our channel ML. So today we are going to discuss about what is the need to have an Acharya and what is the role of an Acharya in our life and why would we need him in order to go back to eternal world. So I guess these questions are always being being asked by everyone because everybody do not wants to go to the Acharya to Sriman Narayana. So even so today we are going to discuss about the importance of having Acharya in your life or importance of following a Sampradayam in your life, which is very, very important. So the first thing I would like to say, why would we need an Acharya? First of all, who's an Acharya? Acharya is different from Guru. So Acharya, he comes through the lineage of the Sampradaya where it starts with Sriman Narayana. So if you take the Sampradaya which I follow, it's called Sri Sampradaya, which is Ramanujacharya Sampradaya. So it starts from Sriman Narayana and then Sri Mahalakshmi and then Vishwakshenar and then Nammalvar and then so on. Nadamunigal, and Nadamunigal is our first Acharya who got this information from Nammalvar, right? So who comes under the same lineage, so my Acharya currently is Prakriti Adageshringer, who is 46th Adageshringer of Sri Ahobalamadam. I would like to mention his name, Srimate Srivan Sadagopa Sri Ranganatha Yatendra Mahadesikar. He is our Acharya. So what is the role of an Acharya and why do you have to get it? Why can't we directly approach the Lord? There is nothing wrong in directly approaching the Lord, but because of our karma, it will not allow us to directly communicate with the Lord. But yet still, and another thing is in order to go back to eternal world, we need the Acharya to take us back to the eternal world just as a mediator. He acts as a mediator and also as an advisor as well in many ways. Say for example, if anything bad happens in our life, we are always blaspheming the Lord or rebuking him, stating that, hey, I am suffering, it's only because of you. But Acharya will give us knowledge about the Lord, stating that, hey, you know what, your suffering is not because of Sriman Narayana. Your suffering is purely due to your desires and your deeds which have been accumulated with over so many years. So that knowledge the Acharya gives us. You can ask me, why can't Sriman Narayana gives us? He does gives us, but as a soul we are always very pure, very blissful, very knowledgeable. But because we are in this physical body, in this materialistic world, our knowledge has been completely covered by ignorance like this. So A.P.N. Swami has clearly mentioned in one of his Upanyasa, I'm just taking as an example. So our knowledge is completely standing in front of us as acts as a barrier like this. For some people, in order to remove all the barriers, now you can see me, right? Now you can see me completely, right? Likewise, our knowledge is completely our ignorance as well as this Prakriti karma is barring us from understanding the Lord. So we need the Acharya to remove those Ajnanam, or we call it as ignorance, and then make sure we can understand the Lord. So that is the main reason of having an Acharya. And another thing, what do you learn if you have an Acharya? First of all, he will explain you what are the beautiful character traits of Sriman Narayana and also explain you the Bhagavat Vishayam, that means the divine knowledge of the Lord and the practicality of how you could apply it in your day-to-day life. So that is why we always need an Acharya. So another example I would state is we have a mobile, right, and we have a plug point, but without a charger, we cannot charge the phone, right? So that charger which connects us with the Paramatma, who is Sriman Narayana, is the Acharya. So after charging, his job is done, right? The energy comes only through the charger to the phone. That's it, done. So once it's charged, the charger has been removed, right? Another example we could state is a router. Without routers on, we could not even determine whether there is Wi-Fi availability or not, right? So the router is the Acharya and the Wi-Fi is nothing but Sriman Narayana and the phone we have is us. So without connecting to the router, we'll not even get the network option in the mobile, right? So that means what? He is the one who shows us, hey, you know what? This is what Sriman Narayana, he's the ultimate truth. Yet he's the very sweetest person in the entire creation. You should stop all these egoist things and everything. He's tried to remove all our Ajnanam, all our ignorance like this, so that we can see him like we can understand Sriman Narayana, as well as understand Sriman Narayana and have a beautiful relationship with him, in order to go forward. So that is why we need an Acharya. It is beautifully explained by APN Swami in one of his 18 GB, that is 18 Gita Bhashyam, the Bhagavad Gita Upanyasam. I mean, if you guys have time, please listen to it. I mean, like, the importance of having an Acharya is very, very highlighted in his Upanyasams. I am a great fan of him, so I always, if you ever knows him, please let him know that I'm a great fan of him, because every practical example which he has given us have really helped me a lot. So that's why I always take examples from his Upanyasam, as well as I like Velukudi's Upanyasam, because he actually explains how to be practical at the same time, not to believe in superstitious belief. Like, one example he mentioned, if if you see one person when you go out, that is called a Vatta Brahmanan, one person of Brahmin community, if you go out and see him, then that is not good, that's not a good luck. Actually, that is a bad thing, because those are all superstitious belief. That's what he confirmed. And similarly, many things he confirmed, how. So what I learned from Velukudi Krishnan Swami is how to have unflinching faith unto Sriman Narayana, and from APN Swami is how to apply that unflinching faith into a day-to-day life, with practically making it possible for us to follow what is mentioned in the scriptures. So that is what I learned. So if you ever know APN Swami, Ananta Padmanabhan Swami in person, or if you are very close to him, please let him know that I'm a big fan of him. I'm really waiting to meet him in person and talk to him. I mean, if Sriman Narayana is willing. So with that being said, there is also another example where Jayadeva, Sri Jayadeva, have written a beautiful grantham called Ashtapati or Gita Govinda. Many would have been aware of it, where he has clearly mentioned about Radha, Krishna, and then the Sakhi. So Radha is as, Krishna is the Narayana, and then Sakhi is nothing but our Acharya. So every time when something happens, so because of our desires, we came up, we just left him, and we came from him, away from him. But then Narayana is cannot handle our separation, and he is feeling more than anybody could feel for it. And Sakhi is the one, and the Radha being as a soul like us, because we are Radha, because souls are all Radha, and we are rebuking him, stating that he is very stone-hearted and he doesn't care for me and everything. But actually, it is a Sakhi who's Acharya, instruct her, and then tells her you're doing something wrong. He's always there for you, but you actually left him. He was about to come to you, but you actually left him, and now you're rebuking him, and she gives her knowledge. So that is what. So Acharya is in the role of a mother who actually tries to connect between us and Sriman Narayana, and after, as a mediator, after giving us a knowledge, his role is done. Then it's just direct between, it's just between us and Sriman Narayana. So it is another example which Velukudi Krishnan Swami has given is even APN Swami also has given us since I've already mentioned Sharanagati is nothing but wedding Sriman Narayana. So Acharya acts as a role of a mother who actually do Kannika Danam to Sriman Narayana, stating this soul belongs to you, and like that. And then and after that, after the wedding is over, how the girls leave the marital the parental house and go and live with the husband's place. Likewise, we all will be taken care by Sriman Narayana in whichever form we like. So that is the basic principle of doing Sharanagati. So that is the reason we need an Acharya. So if you guys ever feel like you need to take Sharanagati, please go ahead and do it, because the life post Sharanagati will be very, very beautiful, guys. I mean, it cannot be expressed, it has to be experienced, because each person would get a different experience. Whatever experience I got it, it will be different than whatever experience you get it. It depends upon the form, it depends upon how we see Sriman Narayana, everything is there. So actually please do take Sharanagati, and then just give it a try and see how it works. As I said earlier, it has nothing to do with caste, creed, gender or anything like that, because as a souls we are all females, and only male is Sriman Narayana. So let's try to take Sharanagati and see, and even spiritually also we'll go back to Sri Vaikuntham and we'll never come back to this eternal world again. And if any of you are interested interested in doing calendar distribution or book distribution, or if interested in getting my design calendars or my authored books, or any homemade soaps which are chemical and vegan free, please do text me at 469 237 1671. I repeat, 469 237 1671. And also email me at madhavalasya@gmail.com. maadhvalaasyaa@gmail.com. And I would in next session I would like to share about why we have to give back to the society and what is the need for it, and also the list of certain non-profit organization which I would prefer to do it. I guess I already described in my previous discussion, but just for just to reiterate certain things, because I'm not sure if all the videos have been listened by all of you, but the support and encouragement which I'm getting it from all of you it's very overwhelming, and I'm really feel very down to earth to receive all that support which I don't deserve at all. All glories to my Aacharya, who is Srimati Arageshringa, Srimati Shrivan Saragop Shri Ranganath Yatendra Mahadesikai Namaha. Thank you so much. Going forward, I'll be reciting a thing from Sharanagati Gadyam to avoid any Bhagavad Apacharam or Bhagavad Apacharam, Aparadha, or anything like that. So I'm just ending it with that, like in Mano Vakaihi, Anadi Kala Pravrta, Ananta Akritya Karana, Kritya Akarana, Bhagavad Apachara, Asakya Apachara, Rupa Nanavida, Ananta Apacharan, Arapta Karyan, Arapta Karan, Kridan, Kriyamanan, Karishyamanamscha, Sarvan, Asheshadha, Samashva, Madi Anadi Karma Praha Pravrtam, Bhagavad Surupa Tiroda Nagrim, नगरीं विपरीतानजन्यीं स्वविषयबुद्धेः जन्यीं देहेन्द्रियत्वेन भोक्यत्वेन सूक्ष्मरूपेण अवस्थितां दैवीं गुणमयीं मायां दासबोधक शरणागतोऽस्मि दवास्मि दासेति वक्तारं मां तारय. Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Thank you all. Have a blissful life ahead, and blissful health also, and please take care. Goda Govinda.